Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin and I just wanted to share like a glimpse of our day. So it started with a wintry walk on the greenway. I walked the dog and the kids went on their bikes, and it was followed by like a lot of cooking. The kids ended up going to a birthday party later in the day, so it was weirdly quiet in the house with my partner at work and them away for a couple of hours. But this was before they left, and I decided to make some minestrone soup because my daughter is very excited to use her new flask in school tomorrow, and she asked me to make some soup for it, so she'll be able to take that with her. And I just find it's a really good soup if you want to use stuff up and get a lot of vegetables into it, and even if they don't eat every single vegetable in it, it's kind of like in the broth, so it just feels like a good way to get like healthy stuff into them. And I am getting like increasingly frustrated with the lack of space in our kitchen, because in our last house we had a lot more counter space and cupboards, even though the size wasn't much different. And I just feel like there are a lot of mishaps in this kitchen. Like today, something basically collapsed and knocked my favorite pug cup off the counter, and it broke. And my other cup got broken this week too, which was my favorite Christmas one with the gingerbread man handle, which I've probably shown in videos before. And it just feels like there's a lot of little accidents in the kitchen, and I think it's because it's just always crowded and it just feels like there's no surface space to work on. And I was joking with my partner earlier that it's a kitchen that is made for somebody who wants to pierce a film lid on an oven meal and stick it in the oven and not actually do any cooking. So in a way it kind of doesn't suit me, because I love to cook from scratch, and whenever I get in a cooking kind of mood like today, I love to like cook in bulk and make lots of different things and bake things too. So yeah, I really like cooking, and it's just always been like a hobby of mine. And I feel like we have quite a lot of appliances sitting out, but we use them all on a daily basis, so I don't really know how to organise it to make it better. And here my daughter decided to gate crash the video. I think they were both looking for their little moment of fame, and yeah, she helped me out a little bit with preparing the vegetables for the soup, and then I just got that started, and then I decided to make some cinnamon rolls after I had finished with that. But yeah, I'll just show you a little bit of whenever I was cooking the vegetables. I was making coffee in my little espresso pot, and I frothed the milk in my milk frother. Here I was just adding some like oregano, pepper and basil, and I added sugar after this too, just to like flavour it more. And it's just got tinned tomatoes and chicken stock in it, and then I added pasta afterwards. And then I decided to get the dough ready for the cinnamon rolls, and this is my daughter's like favourite breakfast. In some ways I think it's more like a dessert, but it's one thing that they're kind of guaranteed to eat. And my kind of fussier eater in particular really loves them and always requests that I make them. So yeah, I've just gone back to making the plain ones after Christmas. For Christmas Day I made them with icing on top, but now I'm just making them with the cinnamon sugar inside. And yeah, here I was just making up some cinnamon sugar, and I was trying to shake it out and then realised I hadn't even taken the like seal off, so that would be a good start if you're trying to prepare some cinnamon sugar. And yeah, then after that I made some flatbreads that my daughter can take with her to go with the soup, and my partner as well in work. And I know he will complain about the onions probably in the soup, but maybe it'll do him some good. And then yeah, I make these flatbreads quite often, and they're really quick to make. You just fry them like in a dry pan whenever they have risen for about an hour. They don't take very long, and there are only a few ingredients, and my daughter, the fussy eater, also loves them, so yeah, it's a good reason to make them. And then I just got on with doing some dishes, and I've really been enjoying doing dishes since I got my kind of like environmentally friendly like little wooden brushes for doing them. So I've got one that's more of like, it's just for cleaning, and one's for scrubbing, and I really like them and use them all the time. And I quite like washing dishes. I've always kind of enjoyed it because I think it's a chance to switch off and kind of just like let your mind wander, and I get a lot of good ideas, I think, whenever I'm doing dishes, because your hands are like active but your mind kind of gets a chance to rest, and I think that's when all the good ideas come to you. So I find it a really good time to come up with ideas for things like books that I want to write, or art projects I want to work on, or just to clear my head and kind of think about life. And I also put out some more food for the birds today and some bread for them, and it's just nice seeing them all visiting the garden, and I'm excited about joining in with the big garden birdwatch thing where I think it's like an hour you have to spend looking at the birds in your garden, identifying them and recording them. And then my other daughter, my younger one, decided to like jump into the video as well, and then she started to do a dance, but I just like kind of cut it off. But yeah, she just loves to perform, and any chance for like a show that she can put on, like she always wants to do magic shows for us or dancing. Today I finally decided to take down the Christmas tree because the girls are going back to school tomorrow, and I find it a bit depressing doing it on the day they go back. And since they were at a party, I thought then it would be easier to take it down when they weren't there, and that it would be less upsetting, because I used to always hate the day where we took down the decorations as a kid. It's just not the same, like putting them back in their boxes, and you don't have the excitement that you have when you're getting it all out. So I just kind of wanted to spare them that. And I really love this tree and the lights that we've got for it, because we use it every single year and it's so easy to decorate and take apart. And I got a tree bag from a charity shop last year, and I love it because it just makes it so much easier to put it away, and I just keep it in the shed. Before that, we had like a box that came with the tree that was like falling apart, and I had to tape it together, and it was just much more awkward. So I really like having a bag for the tree. And Potato, my dog, was just sitting beside me. He made a bed for himself out of my coat because it has a fluffy inside, and he was just watching what I was doing and relaxing, and probably enjoying the peace and quiet while the kids were out and not being like prodded at every 2 seconds. So yeah, it was actually a very smooth process, and I don't really mind taking it down. And I kind of finally had that January feeling today of like, I want my space back, and I love Christmas lights and Christmas trees and decorations, but it just felt like it was time for like a new like season, or like a new kind of phase of life. So it's kind of feeling more spacious in the room again, and I have left up our like outdoor lights on the bushes for now. I haven't really decided whether to keep them up or not. We had candy canes out the front, which I took down and replaced with our little solar lights that we have the rest of the year. But yeah, let me know what you think about colourful lights on a hedge, because I think it cheers up the garden, but I don't know if it looks too Christmassy as well. So yeah, I just thought this was interesting here, because at this point I went to the shed to put everything back, and Potato, who is now sitting on my knee and snoring, he was just like moving around and kind of looked a bit confused, and I thought this was funny because I just sort of think when I leave a room that he just sits and sleeps, but I guess not. And let me know how you all feel about taking down Christmas decorations. Do you enjoy it or do you dread it? And do you like kind of getting your house back to normal, or do you miss the festivities? And when do you tend to take yours down? I usually am one of those people that puts mine up too early, but I took them down a little bit later this year because I just wanted some extra lights. These are the flatbreads that I made, and I made some mince pie tea, which was so nice. And then that's the book I was finishing reading, called The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, and I started this book too, and I finished it in one sitting because it was short. And yeah, thanks for joining me for the day, and I hope you've had a great day too. Bye.